Hi, I'm David Cadilia, the Visual Effects Supervisor at Ghostlight. I'm going to show you how we made these titles for A Bruin's Tale. Richard Alapaz hired us to make a promotional video for Branham High School. We've been making videos for Rich since he was our band director at Mountain View High School, and we always get to go overboard on the visual effects for his projects. James shot this footage where the titles would be added later. He picked locations that he knew would be easy to track. I ran the footage through some tracking software, which creates a matching virtual camera move. This is not as automatic as it sounds, and I'll spend a lot of time adjusting the camera's position, rotation, movement, and lens settings. Once the animation looked right, I rendered a light occlusion pass, a soft shadow pass, and a text pass. By rendering each light attribute separately, I can make adjustments to the final look without having to render everything again in 3D. The academics shot worked the same way. Here's the tracking information and the 3D scene. Again, I composited a shadow pass, an occlusion pass, and a text pass. You can see that academics is in front of this brick wall when it should be blocked. I fixed this by cutting out or rotoscoping the bricks in the foreground and placing them back on top. Rich asked if we could remove this trash on the ground, so I grabbed a freeze frame of it, painted it out in Photoshop, and tracked it back on top. This shot was difficult to track because the piano's smooth surface didn't provide any sharp features. I adjusted the animation by hand to make as good a match as possible. In addition to the shadow, occlusion, and text passes, I rendered this reflection pass. It took some work to blur the back reflection and keep the lower one from showing below the ledge, but it was fun. For this shot, I built a ground plane for the shadows to fall on. Because the ground model wasn't detailed enough, the shadows didn't wrap around the roots the way I wanted them to. So I came up with a nice two-dimensional trick to warp the shadow pass and bump it up where the roots were. Here are the final shots. Although these were fairly simple, we learned a lot from them. At the time, I was a beta tester for Lightwave 3D version 9.2, and I got to use some amazing new features like photorealistic motion blur and improved rendering quality and speeds. These are also my first shots composited entirely in Shake, which is an amazing program, and I'm only scratching the surface. We want to thank Richard Alapaz and Branham High School for another sweet project. If you ever need 3D stuff sitting in random places, you know who to call. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye on our website for some cool new stuff coming soon. Bye!